Hey everyone, I'm Fred Tolan with Invisio, and this is one in a series of online videos that will spotlight our tactical communication and hearing protection products, as well as provide tips and tricks for users. Today we're going to be talking about the V20 Gen 2 control unit. The V20 is a rugged, lightweight PTT designed for users with one radio and one or two talk groups. It's submersible to 20 meters, has Vox capability and wireless capability, and it's powered by connected comms. It also comes in black or tan. Now let's talk about the V20's nomenclature. If we start at the top, you can see the headset connector. And this is where you're going to connect your Invisio T7, X5, any of our over-the-head or in-the-ear headsets, or in-service legacy headsets. It has a protective cap that goes on. On the bottom, we have the COM port where we'll go ahead and put our connected device, which could be a radio, or if you want to use it for just the range, you could use our PS30 power supply and connect that and still have all the benefit without having any radio to transmit from. On the front, we have a mode button, and we use the mode button to push through the different audio profiles, which we'll talk about later. And on the right side, we have PTT1 and PTT2. If I hook in a single net radio, it's going to go ahead and assign PTT1. So I'll hold that down, say what I need to say, release it, and then they can talk back. If it's a dual net radio, it's going to assign PTT1 to the primary channel and PTT2 to the alternate channel. On the back, we have a MOLLE clip that you can use to affix it to your gear. And that is about it for the nomenclature. So let's go ahead and power this thing up. So the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and plug in a headset. In this case, we're using an Invisio X5 in-the-ear headset. Now, if you look at the front of the V20, on the headset connector, there's a red dot. And also, on the connector on the headset, you'll find a red dot too. So it can only go in one way. You can't be wrong. So if it's in the dark, you can just put it down and rotate it till you find it. But we want to go ahead and connect that in. Next, we want to take our communication device and do the exact same thing. This has a red dot, and so does this. Line it up, and it will slide in. Once I don my headset and turn the radio on, the first thing that's going to happen is my situational awareness is going to kick in, and that's 360-degree situational awareness. Now what that's going to do is that's going to allow me to determine where sound's coming from within 10 degrees. Utilizing the natural shape of my ear with the in-ear headset, I'm going to be able to know if something is behind me on my right and 10 feet up. And having the ability to do that is going to allow me to take evasive action if necessary. Now the hear-through comes in 3 different settings. When you first turn it on, the default setting is going to be natural hearing. And you're going to be hearing things the way that you would normally hear them. If I go ahead and take that mode button on the front and I press and release it quickly, in, out, it's going to go ahead and put it into enhanced mode. Now you basically have a superpower. You can hear things 10 decibels better than you normally could. A slide being racked behind a door or movement, or a stick snapping in the woods while you're in a tree stand, you're going to hear that long before you'd ever normally be able to hear it. If I go ahead and hit that mode button again, it's going to put it into comfort mode. Now comfort mode is 10 decibels under natural, which means it's going to be really good for loud environments. Maybe you're around aircraft or generators. It's going to allow you to have a face-to-face conversation with somebody without fatiguing your ears too much. If I continue to pop that mode button in the front, it'll cycle natural, enhanced, comfort, natural, enhanced, comfort, and I can continue to do that if I need to. Now, if I want to, I can turn the hear-through completely off, so all I have are my comms coming through my radio and no hear-through. Maybe I have somebody watching my 6. I don't need to worry about it. I can go ahead and turn that hear-through off, and I do that by holding the mode button. You'll hear 2 beeps, and the hear-through will be off. Now, it's important to know that this will not affect your received comms. So anything coming over the radio is still going to come through at normal volume. It's just going to turn off the hear-through mics on the headset, and you're not going to be able to have any ambient hear-through. If I want to turn it back on, all I have to do is hit that mode button, and situational awareness will be back on. Now let's talk about the way that the V20 receives audio. If I go ahead and plug in a single com radio, as I mentioned earlier, it's going to assign PTT1. It won't use PTT2 because there's only one channel. Now, if I go ahead and connect a dual com radio, PTT1 will be the primary channel. Audio will be pushed to my left ear. And PTT2 will be the alternate channel, and that audio is going to go to my right ear. Now it splits the audio so I can easily distinguish which channel I'm hearing from. Now, one of the things that the V20 can do is remove constant radio noise, which means when I'm not actively transmitting, it's not going to push any sound, so that ambient white noise that you sometimes get in radios, you're not going to hear it. It'll also cap sounds at a predefined level, which means if something really loud happens, it's going to let that sound get through, but it's going to cap it, which means it's not going to damage your ears. Now that's good because letting the sound through is going to allow you to not lose your awareness of what's going on. Imagine a firefighter in a burning building knowing the difference between a fire crackling and a floor creaking under him, or somebody outside a door knowing the difference between a slide getting racked or a cabinet getting shut. The V20 also has environmental adaptation, which means when you move into an area that's very loud, it's going to go ahead and raise the volume on your radio automatically. And when you go out into a quiet area, it's going to go ahead and lower it. This is something you're going to have to initiate with the mode button. You're going to have to turn it on or off, and it's really simple. All you need to do is hold the mode button and pop PTT1 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and environmental adaptation will be on or environmental adaptation will be off, and a voice prompt will let you know which. And the last thing I want to talk about with the V20 is its Vox capability. So Vox enables you to use the radio without having to push down one of the PTT buttons. You start talking, it opens up the channel, and when you stop talking, it closes the channel. So in order to do that, if I had a single com radio, I would just pop the only available PTT, PTT1, and it would go ahead and turn Vox on. If I had a dual net radio, I'm going to have to pick which channel I want to do the Vox on. So if I want to do it with, let's say, the secondary or alternate channel, all I would have to do is pop PTT2 and Vox is on. No need to touch the mode button. That's it. Now we'll talk about care and maintenance of the V20. It's really simple. It's completely submersible up to 20 meters, as I said. So what we want to do is just make sure that we get all the excess grime and dirt off of the outside of it with a cloth. And then you can go ahead and put this under fresh water. You can rinse it. You can put it in a bucket. After you conduct your freshwater rinse or dunk it in a bucket of water, make sure that you allow it to dry fully and put it in a dry, ventilated area. Now, you don't want to put anything really heavy on top of it. It's extremely durable and it will last, but if you take care of your equipment, it'll take care of you. And that's it for this video. I hope you found it informative. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to the Invisio website, and we'll see you next time.